Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up at frenchiestamps.com in the US. Today it's my best tip that I found out to use the gilded leafing. Let me just say that first, you're going to think it's very messy, but the more you use it, the more you're going to find tricks to it, and here is what I'm going to share with you. We're going to use it with stamps and Versamark, and then with Eat and Stick, seal, and tear and tape. So first, let me bring this here. Let me push that a bit there. I just lost my, here we go. So I strongly recommend that you get a plastic container. It don't have to be this big. This is like a shoebox plastic container. That's the one that I like to use. When you're going to open this, it's going to poof all over. So put it inside the container. And I will not transfer it back there. And it depends, some of it's more compressed maybe, and it just poof away. So just put some in a container, and that's where I'm going to keep mine. Okay, so that's tip number one that I strongly recommend. Also, another thing that could help, it's a stipple brush. It's not a must, but it could help in this process. Now let me move that aside. First thing we're going to do the border with tear and tape, and also I'm going to share how to do with the seal. Here it is with the seal. So that's with the tape. I'm doing two on each side there, so I'm just going to remove this over there and remove this, and then we're going to put right away on top of it. Okay, so we're doing the whole framing at once. So I'm going to put this at the top, try to go as much as I can on the edge, and this is tear and tape, so absolutely you can tear it or you can cut it with your scissors, whatever that you prefer. And then over here, now that we got that done, let me remove, I get some stuck on my finger here. Here we go. We're going to peel that up. You can take the piercer tool, or another thing that works great is just scissors, and I just lift this up, remove and remove. I removed the other one just with my hand, but I know many people got a tough time with that, including myself. I'm sure you saw video. Now, if I get on the side there, I just rolled it down. Now, bring your container that you get your leafing, tap it in, here we go. Now, you can take your fingers like this here, just brush it off, but that's where that I like a stipple brush, and just really brush that off. I find it easier with the brush, but like I said, it's not a must. This is just, and then I'm going to go on the side. So that is how you're going to do it with the tear and tape. Okay, so you can see why I really recommend a bigger container than a small one, right? Then just make sure it's all, and no need to emboss that after or nothing. And here I can see one little, and I can brush it off. The brush really make a difference, I think, for speedy. And now we got our gold leaf. Okay, this was with the tear and tape. Now with the seal, I already put that in the card, but that's okay. We're going to do it again. I'm going to do it on this one. Take your seal and try to go as straight as you can, or go as crooked as you want, whatever you want. I'm going to pull that straight up here, and I'm missing two there. Here we go. Now I got my, and this is the Seal Plus. I tried with the other seal. It worked, but I prefer the Seal Plus, okay? Put that there. I would do that before finishing the card. I just thought about it after it was all done. See? I got all that. See how funky it is? Then just brush this off. Here we go. And I just really brushed that off. Here you can see my tape where I overlap. That's okay. You can always push that together here so it's not so obvious that I was not right on top. Here we go. Now another thing you can do is take a rag and just wipe the excess. See, you got a beautiful gold line there. If you go too much like here I did, you can always take your poker tool and just remove the excess there. Voila. Oh. See, I got a chunk of glue there because I peel it up. Let me just, et voila. So now you get, I decorated the inside to go with it. This was the tear and tape, the frame around. Now this is going to be with the Versamark and so on. So that's the next step. So now you know how to use the Seal, Seal Plus, and the tear and tape. Now let's go with Versamark and the Eat and Stick. So we finally got that back. We used to have them and I was very giddy about getting that back. I'm using Versamark and I'm just going around my scallop here. Go around and around. You want to make sure you get enough of the Versamark. You could use a sponge. I prefer using directly the ink pad. This is Versamark on my shape, and you're going to understand why, because you can put more pressure. A sponge keep on absorbing. Now I'm using the Eat and Stick, and we're going to put Eat and Stick all around. So now what is a Eat and Stick? Eat and Stick, that means when you eat it, it's going to be sticky. As simple as that. It is what it say, right? So make sure you tap that in the back. You're going to take the Eat tool and set that. You're going to see that it's going to melt. When it melts, it is a glue. Here we go. Now it's all melted. Bring this in your container. You don't want to move your container too fast because you saw it's just poof around. So just, move it around slowly. I need to learn to go slowly. Okay, now again, it's all over there. You can remove the excess with your finger, but like I said, I really like my stipple brush. And I just brush this. And now to keep the scallop shape, I go in between. See, I just go. And I got my perfect scallop. The reason why I went with cherry cobbler instead of vanilla or that, in case I had some showing, I wanted to have the cherry cobbler. If you want more gold, you can always go back. Let's see here, I want more of the gold. You can go back, add more Versamark, and then you're going to add more of the powder, the Eat and Stick. You're going to set this again. So you see, you can go back and forth if you want more. Absolutely. Go in your bucket. Tap, tap, tap. Is that funny, that funky stuff? It is wicked. It's very different. Here we go. But I'm going to tell you though, the first time I used it, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a heart attack. It's a little bit like glitter. You know, me and glitter are not friends. But now that I start learning how to use it, it is lovely. So you're going to say that it's funky. Well, not really. Because look what happened when you put another mat on top of it. Now let's go and stamp. You betcha you can stamp with that. I'm going to bring back this one that we did. I got the big Thinking of You from the stamp set Rooted in Nature. So you don't want something too fine when you stamp with it. Like the center of the flower though, that is part of it. That is gold leaf also. I want to share with you that you can do a greeting also. So I'm going to stamp the Thinking of You. Like I said, I wouldn't go too much little detail because it won't work. I mean, it's just going to, you won't see the definition because it's too, or when it melts, whatever, it's not. Do something bigger. Here we go. That's it. Now I'm going to take my Eaton stick, put that there, tap, tap, tap in the back. Now take your heat tool. There we go. Melt that good. Go in your leaf bucket. Make sure you get it all over. So I'm going to spread this good. See, I just rub it there. So now you can keep on rubbing and rubbing. Or, like I said, take a stipple brush. You get them at the dollar store. Nothing fancy. Just remove the excess. And then I find a rag. It's the best thing to do the fine detail at the end. See, I keep on brushing there. Then if you take a rag, and that was over the other one, so you see I didn't put another piece of paper here, and just tap it, make sure it's all good, et voila. So now you know how to use stamps and Versamark and Eaton stick. So this is the stamp. This was also Versamark, the outline, and here it is. It looked funky till you put your layers. This was the tear and tape. So then this was the tear and tape. This was with the Versamark, just the tip. I brushed the Versamark and then Eaton stick, and then inside I got my seal tape. So that is my what I know how to use the Gilded leafing right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, give me the thumbs up. I will have all the supplies and the measurement for these cards on my blog. Right below you get the direct link, and you can purchase the product right there 24/7 if you're in the US. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.